This week I raced in Lime Rock Park. 12 races that I want to share with you guys. That was the full week. Of course, just the cuts. I had some nice overtakes, a lot of crashes, many more spins, some moments that I will not forget in my learning journey from rig to road. So race number one, I started in P4, gained one position as we started the race. And then I was being chased closely by P4, and honestly a lot of pressure. I was trying to get some like traction and get away from him, but I couldn't. And then in lap number 2, the turn 1, I made a mistake which cost me not only that position but another one. So in hindsight, maybe I should have just not defended so much that position and tried to catch up with him later. Then this guy spun and I was able to get one position back, so I was back to P4 where I started. Then this gentleman here had his engine blowing up, and the best idea he could come up with was to park right on the racing line and keep moving the car. So I tried late to avoid him. I was fighting for a position and I crashed. And I just took the car to the end in P6. Not much more there. Race number 2, I wasn't able to put a flying lap because of mistakes during qualify, and this was basically one of my biggest mistakes in qualify, exiting turn 2 or leaving the track in turn 2. So I was in P9. Good thing is in the first lap a lot of people crash and spin. I mean, good thing when it's not me, right? So I gained one position there. And then chicane number 2 like this. We're gonna see a lot this chicane. I gained one position, but I wasn't able to do the right way to turn there, so I just gave it back. I was penalized as well. Then they crashed, and I gained another position, or one position finally. Then this guy spun and decided to take another guy out with him, and I thanked him, and I got 2 positions. But then, to celebrate, I crashed. I was so close to the pit lane that I tried to drive, but the car was broken. So I stopped at the pit lane, at the box, and fixed the car, and celebrated that moment by spinning again. And yeah, I was P10, and then I spun one more time in lap number 6, and I finished one lap behind in P10. Then race number 3 of 12, I started P6, so I'm improving also my lap times. I'm just not being consistent. I hadn't learned yet that in this track I had to start like from the inner line. That was the best way to protect, like, and to get more traction in the first lap, in the beginning of the first lap. Then again, one position of these 2 guys fighting for a position, but I didn't have a lot of traction exiting the turn. Then I lost one position or 2 positions, then I gained another one. And this was the cleanest overtake of my full week. Chicane number 1, lap number 3. And I immediately celebrated it by spinning in chicane number 2. And I lost 2 positions there. So lap number 8, I think this was a fair incident. I don't think he saw me. I was trying not to cut the corner. So I gained one position there. And this guy spun and wasted some time there. And I gained his position and finished in P5, starting P6. So I made some progress in iRacing. Then race number 4, I started P2, getting more confident, still not defending the inner line. Try to avoid like side crash there, and then didn't protect this one because I didn't want to go into the same mistake that I had before of overprotecting the position, which kind of paid off because then here I overtook him and then he pushed me out of the track. I think it was his fault here. I lost 4 positions, but then and this was just lap number 2, and then lap number 3 in the first turn I was able to gain 1 position back. Then we're fighting again for position. Lap number 5 I almost took it back from him, but then in lap number 6, in that same turn, turn 3, I was able, 3 and 4, I was able to get back the position. So I was in P4, and we're fighting, trying to get to P3 until the very, very end. And then here, forced from the inside. I think I got a 1x there, but no time penalty. So I did get one other position and finish P3. Then race number 5, starting P3, gained one position right at the beginning, and I was just trying to keep myself on the track, not crash, and then I made a mistake there, a lot of pressure from the other car, and I lost like 4 or 5 positions. Then I crashed, kind of crashed there, and this crash destroyed the front of my car, and I got super slow, and I only realized later as I got like to the main straightaway and everybody was overtaking me, and I tried to push the car like I was trying to run the numbers and see if it was better to be slow or to stop the car, but then I was super slow and I had to stop the car anyways. So I was dead last, and what do we do when we leave the pit lane? We spin again, and I just decided it was better to race on the grass, like to mow the lawn. Of course I crashed and I finished the race from the pit lane. I had used my fast fix already, so I was dead last in that one. In the following race, another good start, P3. This guy left the track and I was P1, and of course I always celebrate an easy overtake by spinning in chicane number 2, and this guy wanted to celebrate with me, so he crashed. That slowed down my ability to come back to the track. I was now like P7, so from P1 to P7 is pretty frustrating. Then this guy decided to park, like he really parked the car in turn number 3. I don't know what happened there, but then I quickly took my car back to the pit lane to see my friend there, my green and blue friend. And what do we do once we come back from the pit lane? I'll let you guess this time. You are correct. We spin and we crash. So back to the pit lane, and I finished another race, the second in a row from the pit lane. Lost a lot of safety rating and a lot of I rating there in those 2 races. Then I started P1. I started P1 here. It's in current P3. I was in P3. I was P1. Then I spun. Had to go back to the pit lane. Then I was really my friend there. Third race in a row. We were together, just chatting, and then I'm back. Spinning. I avoided a crash here, which I'm very proud of. So I'm improving. I did not decide to race on the lawn for that long. It was a pretty lonely race. I spun in the second chicane. I wanted to show it's a cool way to come back. There are no cars coming, but I was the last car racing. So P10. 3 very, very tough races. Another P1 start. Trying to finish the freaking race, right? And then chicane number 1, I held the car. It was not a good turn, but I held the car. Then in lap number 9, I was P2 all the way to lap number 9. In lap number 9, I made another mistake in chicane number 2, lost 2 positions. I tried to regain 1 here in lap number 10, and then I lost yet another position and 1 more. So I fell to P6. Then in the last lap, I regained 1 position here. I forced, I think it was a fair contact there. And these 2 guys decided they want to crash in the fight for P3. And they basically gave away P3. The other guy, I don't know if you saw it. He just like was taken out of the race. So I was happy after 3 races, 3 very bad races, finishing last. 2 of those not even finished on the track. I finished P3. This one I couldn't put a flying lap. And I was making a lot of mistakes. And I decided to go to race anyway. So I avoided a crash here. We had like a side touch, which is fine. And then I overtook him in the first chicane. This guy spun, another position I gained, and then I was getting like more cautious on these turns, gained 2 positions there, chasing this guy in chicane number 1, chicane number 2, when eventually I was able to gain his position, but because I didn't leave, I wasn't like a fast exit, I lost 1 position again. And then this I think was a fair contact. He was losing the car, so I had to brake, and there was nothing I could do. I touched his car. I bumped him accidentally. I gained that position, but I gave it to someone back later, and I finished P7. So a lot of overtakes, but towards the second half of the grid, the race number 10. So between race number 9 and 10, I practiced for like a good 2 hours, in 2 different days as well. So I started P3, I again lost a position there, then P1 left the track, and then I had this fight for P1. I think we could have left more room for each other, and ended up costing his race, which was unfortunate. And then I have this very, very cool view of all the cars chasing me because they didn't have a good exit, right? I was we're getting side bumps. And then I was able to protect the position. Some guys crashed back there. And then he overtook me in lap number 4 in the first turn, had a better exit from the second chicane. And then he celebrated that by spinning, and I took back P1. Finished P1, I was very, very happy after so much practice, being consistent for lap times and understanding better the grip of the car. And here, race 11, that's the second to last race. I gained 1 position in the first turn, then another position in chicane number 2 and lap number 2. Then I eventually tried to climb to P1, but then had this side bump, spun, and went basically from P1 to P8, which, not gonna lie, it's not fun. And then this guy spun, I got 1 position there. This guy just, I think, left the race, I got another position there. So we're up to P6. He made a mistake, up to P5, so just fighting up back, like it's an uphill battle. I finished P5. I was happy with it, like just because how the race developed itself. And this was the last race. In my last race, I started P2, protecting the inner line, trying to find the grip with the cold tires. And then in this chicane, I made a mistake, which cost me 1 position. I could have left more room for him, and I caused all this mayhem that you're gonna see here. Cars crashing for a reason, cars crashing for no reason, which ended up like leaving a lot of gap behind me. And it was good because then I had more peace of mind, and I was chasing P1 all the way to the end, and I was hoping these 2 guys getting lapped would do something wrong. They didn't, they were fair racers, and I did finish as P2. So that was my week at Lime Rock Park. 12 races. I don't think I'm gonna put as many races. It took me 4 days to put this video together. But if you've watched until here, please make sure you subscribe, that you give a thumbs up to this video. Leave a comment about anything I can improve in my driving style, anything I can improve in the video as well. Very open to that. This is the first video I'm putting out anyways. And this is my journey. My end goal is to get into a real racing, even amateur racing with spec Miatas, wherever. I don't have like a set goal for which kind of cars I want to race, but I want to go to real racing in the next few years. And I invite you to follow my journey from here there. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.